We turn now to NBC News' Charles Hadlock, who joins us from Fort Hood. Charles, thanks very much for joining us. Let me ask you about what I was just talking about with Mr. Miklaszewski there. It seems to be an incredible breakdown in communication. The military giving out information today that the shooter was dead. It now turns out that he's not. Any insight into why we may have had that 180-degree turn?
It's amazing, Rachel. The first report that we had heard was that the shooter was alive and in custody. Then they said he was dead. Then they said there were several others possibly on the base. It is all very confusing. But the bottom line, tonight, Lieutenant General Bob Cohn announced to the world that the shooter is alive. He is in custody. He was wounded, but is in stable condition. And remarkably, the police officer, who we also told earlier who was dead, is now alive. She survived surgery and may live to tell the story of what happened in that base complex today. The shooting happened at the Soldier Readiness Center. We've already heard that news before, but one thing that the Lieutenant General announced to the world just a few moments ago was that the shooting happened amidst all these soldiers, and they jumped into action. Right next door was a graduation ceremony, a college graduation ceremony for some of the soldiers here. When they heard the gunfire, they jumped into action and shut the doors to keep any type of gunfire or the gunman running into a building full of 600 people. Imagine the calamity that would have caused. And also, he said that the soldiers jumped into their military medical training. They ripped off their soldiers, ripped off their uniforms and made tourniquets, saving many lives among the 31 wounded. Back to you, Rachel.
Charles Hadlock joining us from Fort Hood. Charles, I really appreciate you staying up late to help us with this. Thank you.
Sure.